He talked about having a plan, sticking to it, right? We've not done that enough recently. Where we are today, Femi, you and I have talked about this thing a few times, just kind of our soccer and stuff. It did not start today. Man United did not fall to this point today. I dare say that Man United started falling to this point where we are at Sanko when Fergie was here. That's my view. You have to look back at the deals that were done then. You have to look back at some of the decisions that were made. We talk about Man U's problems as, and I say this kind of potentially preempting the questions that will come later. But so let me know if I'm talking about something that we'll get to later. Man U's problems, lack of kind of cohesion from top to bottom, right? Like from ownership to player level, for recruitment, and therefore constant a cycle of management under pressure. Let's look at recruitment. When you sold Ronaldo, what did you use the money to do? That was a bunch of cash. What did you use the money to do? I think it was the Fusion of Valencia. When some of your last consistent, appropriate aged strikers were sold, what did you use the money for? Who did you replace them with? When you lost your Berbatov and you lost some of your best strikers, then you got a Michael Owen that was way past his prime, that was on his last leg. We're all here when Manu did things like his short-term Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We're here when Manu did things like that. The last striker that Manu signed that you would say, okay, Manu has signed a striker. First striker. I mean, before the recruitment of last season, was maybe Lukaku. That's the last time you say Manu bought a striker that you can say a club of its stature should properly depend on. Where am I going with this? It's not today that you lose a player of a certain caliber and you use the money to buy the wrong kind of player, or check this out, potentially the right player, but for the wrong reasons. This problem did not today. Fergie was manager when whoever our striker was left and you got Owen. And you're talking about losing XYZ striker and getting Valdez or getting Igalo. Obviously, we love Igalo as a Nigerian brother, but like, even one of the reasons he snapped everybody's hand off was because he didn't expect to play for Manchester United. At that time, he thought it was a dream that would never come true. But those kinds of deals, those stopgap deals, those bargain market deals, where you get players in bargain markets and for the short term, or players for the wrong reasons, because you want to sell shares or for, other reasons. It did not start today. It did not start with Solskjaer. It did not start with Ruben Amorim. It did not start with anybody. So, I mean, just my thoughts on the problems with Man United.
You're approved. Yeah. Don't worry. In that group chat, you're approved. You are there. This night, I will send a reminder that they should get you into that place tonight.
See, I didn't have anything to say. I just chop my popcorn.
He brought popcorn for me to it for me.
Just having my popcorn,
I love it.
Yeah, I think, that feels like it even requires an entire episode by itself.